Genocide runs, bull-type bosses, turret sections. After thousands of hours of gaming, I instantly roll my eyes at this. But Nisse, why? Because it's overused design in video games. Starting this list. 1. Turret sections and Call of Duty. The turret section was nailed in Death from Above in Call of Duty 4. This mission really worked because it has an effect, and it puts a magnifier glass up to the dehumanization of killing with a drone. This dehumanization effect was of course immediately lost when it was used again, and nowadays a turret section is usually just an arcade-style rail shooter without any of the challenge. As in, you literally can't die, it's literally a funhouse ride. Turret sections are usually employed for variety, and where there's variety, there's number 2. Distractions and BioShock. BioShock's Rapture, a city below the waves, overgrown with moral decay and seaweed. Wow, it's an incredible location, but oh, you want to go visit the medical pavilion? Alright, okay, I hear you, but listen, I just caved in that part of the game world. Now, can I whet your appetite with a little bit of a pointless fetch quest? This happens multiple times in BioShock, and by the end, you really want to shut the game off. Ken Levine created perhaps the most iconic location in gaming, and then let us explore it by doing chores. Oh, you want to talk to the one semi-sane guy left in Rapture? Go pick up his cola. The really weird thing is that psychologically, this is a way to hack the player. I mean, it clearly works. Borderlands built an entire video game series based on diversions. But Nisse, why is this bad? Well, imagine if I just stopped this video right now and said you couldn't keep watching unless you liked and subscribed. See what I mean? Number 3. Recycling and Twilight Princess. The reason no one remembers Twilight Princess is the bug chasing errand, because it's tedious in sets of tedium. Every bug is collected by repeating the same mechanic. You follow the scent trail, dig up the bug, and then kill it. And then wait for the soul to go into you. Fun waiting. Repeat this 15 times, then turn all the bugs into the local god. Now, the game finally lets you enter the area for real. Except it's already been completely spoiled because you were already in there chasing fucking bugs. This is so tedious and works so poorly out of a gameplay perspective that it actually ruins how cool it is out of a story perspective. But if you weren't sick of it already after the first time, you have to do it 3 more times. I call this blatant padding, like with chasing the Skull Kid, but I think that works better because it's completely unique and never recycled. Nothing is worse on the spine of tedious gameplay than having to do it again. Speaking of repetition, number 4. Sewer levels and Silent Hill 2. The sewer is actually a great place for gaming. It's the modern-day underworld, the catacomb, intermingling with subway stations and secrets. It's a great place for mystery. Mark of the Ninja uses several sewers to great effect, most noteworthy a several hundred-year-old waterway that now houses poison gas. It really makes you feel like a ninja, crawling through ancient poo to get to your assassination target. And this is not how Silent Hill 2 does it. A perfect example of sewers being literal copy-pasted corridors, without any interesting history or gameplay. And speaking of which, number 5. City levels and The Division. A video game can happen anywhere, from the depths of the earths to the far ranges of space. And yet, The Division decided to set their entire video game in New York City, the white noise of the Western world. And maybe this is a little racist, but when I see a city level in a modern video game, my eyes just instantly glaze over. Number 6. Moral choice and Fallout. Some games pull off moral choice really well by making you reflect on your emotions. Would I really rob a grave in real life to make money? Can I live with myself and keep playing if I kill the named character? Am I really as good of a person as I think I am? In the face of occasional deep thoughts like this, giving the player a karma system drains the entire experience of its depth, because you no longer need to worry if sacrificing your wife to the dark gods is evil, because the game told you that it's only -10 karma, which you instantly get back by tossing some coins to a beggar. I am sick of seeing moral choice systems like this. Number 7. Boss archetypes and Nintendo. This is its own category. I'm sure you have some in mind as well. Charging bull bosses. I've fought this guy countless times in countless games. And so have you. You wait for him to charge, step out of the way, and then slap his ass while he's stunned. It's not that this doesn't work in terms of design, it's that I've seen it so many times that it basically plays itself at this point. Giant spider bosses. Bonus points are awarded if the giant spider uses a projectile-based web attack that slows you and hatches giant spider babies to fight. Giant plant boss. Tentacles. Giant face and hand boss. I think Nintendo actually owns the right to this guy. Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Mario Galaxy, Wind Waker. I mean, he's in a lot of games is what I'm trying to say. Number 8. Forced stealth sections and Uncharted. You know when you're playing badass action guy and you're badassing around slapping dudes in the nuts, and then suddenly you gotta hide from some bullshit spotting enemy that instantly games over your ass? I'm done with this. If I wanted a stealth game, I'll play Thief or Hitman. Thanks. Number 9. Rip-off mechanics and Ocarina of Time. Again, another category. Bad grenades. Grenades are a perfect mechanic perfect for dealing with crowds. But then some games say, we gotta have that, but then give their dynamite all the punch of having absolutely no punch. Compare this to any game in the Fallout series in which one well-used stick of dynamite can deal critical damage and can stun several enemies at once. Now this is how you do explosives in video games. Bad hookshots. Hookshots might be the perfect movement mechanic. I mean, point at something, go there. Bam. Somehow, though, some games still succeed in making this feel dry by making the hookshot sticky and unintuitive. Ocarina of Time is a sticky hookshot like this, but at least it feels like a weighty metal tool that takes you to neat secret areas, so I'll forgive it. Horde of bad guns. You know when a game has like literally 40 different guns, but then only 3 of them are actually viable? I'll even fault Half-Life for this, and that's a good-ass game. Bad climbing mechanics. Why are these almost always just disguised QuickTime events? Is it because you've hidden a loading screen behind it? Stop this, please. These categories all seem to have in common that the developers thought, oh, we should add that, without thinking at all about how it would fit into the gameplay and therefore not polishing it and making it fit into the gameplay. The last 2 points in this list take my eye a little bit more than the others though. Number 10. Genocide runs and Undertale. So Undertale had an option where you could literally kill every character in the game. This was wicked cool and effective because it was a commentary on the entire nature of killing in video games, where a lot of people thought that just because they could, they should. And this further worked because the entire game had a fourth wall breaking commentary that actually encouraged you to replay the game and not kill anybody, because there's a reality inside the game in which you decide to be a good person, just like how in real life you can decide to be a good person. And the characters in the game know this. With such an incredibly memorable and cool effect and feeling in the story, it's no wonder that when I see any other game do a genocide run now, I immediately think, yeah, but Undertale already did this. And I get it, you like Undertale, I like Undertale too. But it's kinda hard to copy something that already is one of the landmark moments in gaming. So, maybe at least put a spin on it next time. Final point, 11. Ending-Tron-3000. Some of you may very well have been waiting for this one, and the reason for it is that it's just, well, fucking why? Fucking why? Okay, so Deus Ex is legendary, right? Because the last level you can play in 3 entirely separate different ways. And based off the way that you decide to play the final level, you can get one of several different endings, not including all the extra secret endings if you've actually been paying attention. Fast forward to Deus Ex Human Revolution, the sequel by Square Enix. Okay, so you've played the entire game and now you're at the ending. And instead of the different endings being different choices that you as a player character make in the story and in the game world, like saving your hot-ass copter pilot, you get one of these. A terminal that chooses which cutscene you want to play for the ending. And terminal really is the right word. It's almost like these people sat down and said, you know what I think people really want at the end of their video game? A movie. Mass Effect 3 legendarily destroyed their entire trilogy by having this dogshit Ending-Tron-3000, summing up a 3-game epic space RPG into what color of ice cream would you like? And in the face of a game like Fallout New Vegas, in which the ending you create is the one that you physically create through your actions in the game world, it's actually not a surprise that one series is basically forgotten about and the other is still being played and talked about actively. Just don't put in an Ending-Tron-3000. Just having one good ending is actually better. Of course, being the one where you marry Garrus, if I even need to clarify that. Okay, so let me be real with you for a second. You guys have been pouring me some incredibly encouraging and supporting comments as of late, and I want to say thanks because it means the world to me. If you want to help me put more time towards making these videos and less towards my other job, then you can help support me at patreon.com/NAS5e. It would be extra awesome since none of these videos are monetized. If not, that's totally cool too. I still love you. Consider liking and subbing if you enjoyed. Click here for more Nisse videos. Shout out Grocery Gang, Forge, Awan, Harry, Pumba, Omger, Egg, and everyone else. I appreciate you.